All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Puked Middle School. My name is Narwhal. I'm here with Kyle.
Hi.
And I'm here with my buddy, Lord and Rim.
What? Sword and Jim.
Cord and Crim, you could also call him.
Gordon Pym.
There's
Ralph
infinite.
Lauren.
No.
Whoa. He's on Pims, and it rhymes with Shim.
Yeah. That's why I said Pym.
Wow, I like that. All right, guys. We teased it last week, but Shim is back again, our most valued guest. Last episode, we talked about how if you're a guest on the show, you're only here because we use you for something. So the fact that Shim has been on here so many times means that you're very valuable.
We're sucking you dry.
So we're not necessarily your
suck me
friends,
dry.
but you are a valuable asset.
What value does he bring?
I don't know. Just a lot of chaoticness, but it's good.
Do you have any value you'd like to let us know about?
You don't need to explain your value when you know what you bring to the table.
That's,
All right, so but then
is that a quote that you found on Instagram?
I think it's a playoff of one. I couldn't have just thought of that.
no, definitely not.
Definitely didn't create that on your own. No.
Can you give me an original quote right now? Give me something inspiring.
You don't always know what you know, but when you know what you know, then your life goes to many places.
Wasn't that Justin Timberlake?
You heard it here first, guys. You don't always know what you know, but when you know what you know, your life goes what? Goes in too many places. So don't know what you know. That was a really
That's true.
Unless you want to go places, then you should know what you know.
I don't know what I know.
There's a lot of things that I know that I don't know that I know.
That's true. Like you remember something. I thought about it the other day. Like there's so many things that I know.
But like they're in the back of your brain.
Yeah, and I don't even realize that I know them, and it's kind of amazing. Like just
Yeah.
So
random.
you don't know
numbers.
that you know.
Yeah, he doesn't know that he knows.
But if
them.
you knew that you knew,
then you'd know.
then it would be
Then
it
you know.
would be too much information in your brain, and it would be too chaotic. No, but actually, seriously, relating to that, what's kind of crazy is when you like hear something and it sparks this memory, or it all of a sudden your brain gets flooded with this memory of something, and you're like, holy shit, this is from like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But it brought back something that had been gone for 15 years. Yeah.
But yeah, you just don't know why you remember it. Like I have so many dumb memories that there's
Yeah.
no reason for me to know them, but I know them.
And there are memories where, like, if that one particular thing hadn't happened to spark that memory, it could be gone forever. But if something happens at the right spot at the right time, it'll bring back, like, really random memories.
Whoa.
Like, one time, I remember in middle school, a kid broke one of those Crayola markers, and it started bleeding on, like, the pen bled onto his hand, and it sparked a memory from elementary school of a kid that bit into one of those and got ink in his mouth.
Ew.
So, Anyways, guys, how's it
you
going?
know those smelly markers?
Yeah, dude, this smells good.
I always wanted to bite into one of those.
I mean, didn't we all?
I always wanted to bite into chapstick. I used to eat like little bits of chapstick. Like
You're
the
weird.
flavored ones.
Okay.
You never like bit into the little chocolate.
No, I put it
chapstick?
onto my lips, maybe lick my lips, but like
You'd bite a little corn.
I would
No,
not bite
no.
chapstick.
Kyle,
corner
it's
off.
literally not like an edible thing.
No, but you bit a little corner off.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
You guys ever eat your boogers? Be honest.
Yeah.
You ever?
No, that's nasty.
Kyle,
Yes.
you're eating all
That
kinds
is
of gross
so,
shit.
You never
that
ate
is
boogers?
so
No.
salty.
I ate my boogers. Do you eat sand?
No,
No,
I would
what
still
the
eat
fuck,
sand.
I would
Kyle.
still eat
Kyle.
sand.
You would still eat
These
sand?
are lame. Yeah. If it gets in my mouth and I crunch it around, I'm not gonna eat sand. But if it's in my mouth, I'm gonna chew it.
Like little specks of sand.
It feels kind of cool.
Dude.
Yo. This is really gross, okay? Did you guys ever?
Eat your poop.
No, but related to poop, did you ever touch your poop when you were younger?
You're
Oh.
disgusting. You are an absolute freak.
Dude,
No, just poke it just to see.
Dude, no.
I poked it. I poked my poop once. I wanted to see what it felt like.
How'd it feel?
So you've never felt your own poop ever?
No.
By accident. Like I've
By
been wiping
whoa.
and like, why is it on my finger?
Oh no,
That happens.
Yeah,
You wash thoroughly.
yeah, but
That's why I have a Band-Aid on right now.
I mean, I washed equally. That's not why you have a Band-Aid.
I cut myself on a razor.
But no. So you guys never you pooped,
I didn't poop
and then
when
you
I was
just
younger.
wanted to reach down.
No,
That
dude,
is
that is so
specifically you.
disgusting.
That is a
That
weird,
so disgusting.
really weird thing to say. I have never done
I would
that.
say eating boogers is grosser than that.
No.
Yes.
No.
I just touched it and then I washed my hands.
Probably didn't, though.
I did.
You were probably like 5 and
I'm
you
not.
didn't know how to
I
wash
wasn't
your
that.
hands.
Oh, I didn't know how to wash my hands when I was 5.
I didn't learn until I was 15, all right?
I didn't learn until now. Coronavirus.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about
We could all be
coronavirus
carrying it.
last episode. Shim probably brought it here
That's really big.
because he's Asian.
Jordan, do you believe in Bigfoot?
Wait. Do I have to cut that out, or am I allowed to say that since I'm friends with him?
Jordan laughed, so it's fine.
It's okay if he.
We already made fun of Stephen Hawking.
Shim, do you think it is okay to make fun of dead people?
That depends who the dead person is.
Okay.
Like Michael Jackson jokes, I think they're okay.
All right.
But like
Stephen Hawking, I made fun of Stephen Hawking like pretty bad in the last episode.
I mean, that's comedians make fun of Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, but they're also kind of
true
assholes.
comedians. No, I feel like I've heard a quote where it's like, if you laugh, it's funny, regardless of if someone thinks it's kind of fucked up. If you laugh, it's funny.
I mean,
like,
we all have dark senses.
The
of
Gone
humor.
Forever Aaron Hernandez thing, it's kind of fucked up. Actually, it's very fucked up, but it's kind of funny.
wait, what thing?
Gone Forever. Aaron
Gone
Hernandez.
Forever Aaron Hernandez.
What's that?
Aaron
He's
Hernandez.
dead.
I know, but what's the me? I don't get the joke.
I don't either. He's just
What's
dead.
When people say Gone Forever, they always say Aaron Hernandez after.
Literally never heard
Wait,
that.
really? That's like a saying?
Yes.
What?
So someone will say like,
Dude, I saw it on someone's story the other day. Was it Matt? I don't know. It might not have been
I
Matt's.
have no idea.
It was on someone's. They go Gone Forever, Aaron Hernandez, and I was like, oh.
Yikes.
I'm down to start using that. Like, hey, Kyle, or Kyle, have you seen my chapstick? He'll be like, nah, Gone Forever, Aaron Hernandez. Just say it under your
Yeah,
breath.
I'm not gonna. Sorry, I ate it. It was flavored.
Sorry, I ate it, Aaron Hernandez. Anytime
If you
something,
watch the documentary, that would make sense.
anytime something is missing, you just throw Aaron Hernandez at the end of it.
Yeah, dude. Did you watch the documentary?
No.
Have either of you watched
Yeah,
it?
I watched it.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah. Shim, how you been? What's new with you?
Do you believe in Bigfoot?
No.
All right, that's stupid.
Yeah, Kyle said he doesn't believe in
Oh.
Bigfoot in his mind, but he believes in his heart.
What if? Okay, I have a question for
That
you.
doesn't make sense.
John and I were having an argument, and we actually made a bet on it. Is there more of a chance that Bigfoot is real, or that John marries Emma Stone?
What is more likely to happen?
Bigfoot real.
Dude.
Let's go.
Oh my God. Shim, Bigfoot is literally not real.
There's evidence.
I
don't need to go through my evidence again. I've already basically-
There's minor speculation that Bigfoot is real.
But
already-
Emma Stone is certainly real.
But there's no speculation that you're talking to Emma Stone.
So, but I can talk to Emma. I have a better chance of talking to Emma Stone than talking to Bigfoot.
I don't know. You got to go in a forest.
All right, we had this debate last episode. So if you guys don't know what we're talking about, go check out last episode. Also, by the way, for anybody new, because we have a lot of new fans here recently,
Hi.
show's been blowing up. Check out our video version on YouTube. We have a full video version for every single episode, and you can see our friend Jordan here.
Hey.
Shim, what's been new in your life? It's been a while since you've been on last. We haven't had a guest in a while. You know, what's new? What's been going on?
I'm 180 pounds now.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
When's the last time you threw up? How long has it been since you last puked? Because for those of you who listen a lot, know that Shim has
The last episode I was on.
you puked that day.
Wait,
What?
yeah.
No, like that time. That.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Why did we go out?
John's birthday.
Oh yeah. So we recorded an episode before my birthday.
That's how bad
Then
I was.
that night,
Yeah,
that's when
yeah.
Shim died. And that night, Shim was wearing this shirt that I'm wearing right now.
No,
And he
I wore that the next day when I was still like kind of
And
puking.
Shim has told me that those clothes he wore that night still vaguely smell like vomit.
I've seen him wear his hat, too, that he threw up in and ruin my 5-star Uber rating. I've seen him wear
No,
They
that
didn't-
was
they
was
didn't give you a
you.
5
That
star?
was
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, they ruined it. I thought it was 5 stars.
What did they give you?
I don't know, but my rating dropped after that ride.
But what
Yeah,
is the
but
rating
he was
now?
drunk talking
Now it's
to
like a
the, he was
4.93.
drunk talking
I've
to the
gotten it back
driver.
up.
He was drunk talking to the driver.
I was very drunk talking to the driver.
Dude, that night on our Uber back, I was like so drunk that I didn't care, but I was aware of the fact that the conversation we were having in the back of the Uber
So annoying.
was so like inappropriate, just like a fucked conversation, and the driver was just this like poor, nice, not
Poor,
not
God.
poor, but I meant like
He just had no money. And I just felt so bad
I didn't mean
for him.
financially poor. I meant like this miserable man because he had to deal with us, and he was driving, and at one point, one of the girls, just so drunk, goes, "Hey, I'm sorry if this conversation is annoying."
Oh my God,
and he goes,
dude.
"Oh no, it's okay," and he just keeps driving.
Yeah, I mean, as an Uber driver, you're probably used to that, though.
Yeah. How come when you're drunk, why do you think that everything is more meaningful and funny, and that people care like so much more than when you're
Because
sober?
half your brain is just not working.
I feel like you just kind of say the things that pop into your head more often.
you don't really have a filter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I'm drunk, like I think that the things I have to say are more valuable than
They're not though. They're like
I know.
The opposite.
I know they're not, but I don't know why when I get drunk, why I can't just tap into that part of my brain that knows that and be like, hey, just don't say it because it doesn't matter.
Well, sometimes I kind of get proud of myself. I'll be like, something will pop into my head, and I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna say this, and then I'll be like, wait, no, I'm drunk. I'm not gonna say it.
Whoa, that's good.
And then I'm like, that was kind of a good move. I'm
Yeah.
glad I didn't say that because that would have
Yeah.
been really annoying.
Yeah. Shim doesn't have that skill.
No, I get like that when I'm taking hallucinogens,
Oh,
can't-
Shim gets really talkative on
can't relate.
some LSD,
because everything in your mind makes sense,
even if it doesn't actually make sense.
even
but
if
makes
it
sense in
doesn't
your mind.
actually make sense.
Oh.
That
It
doesn't make
makes
sense.
Because I'll give you an example.
Okay.
So freshman year, we were all in the dorm bathroom. It was like
Great place to be.
Just the classic hangout
Mobbing in
spot.
the dorm bathroom.
We were all in the
Someone's
dorm-
pooping and
we were all-
everyone's watching.
We were all in the dorm bathroom. We came back from a party, and they came back from a party. I was just tripping.
Okay.
On
Anyway.
what?
I think it was acid.
Okay.
I don't do it anymore, guys.
Yeah,
But back
he's a
then,
changed man.
it was fun.
Proud of you.
Anyways, we were in the dorm bathroom, and I think was standing up. So our tall friend was standing up and having a conversation with this other dude who was standing up, and then these two girls were like on chairs sitting down.
All in the bathroom?
Yeah, no, it's like a big
Oh,
dorm
I know what you're
bathroom.
talking. Okay. I know what you're talking about.
Everyone was tripping
It's like
No,
a
no,
common
like,
area.
collectively, or you were
Like
just
there were
solo?
like 3 people tripping,
Okay.
and everyone else was just really drunk,
It's all hanging in the bathroom.
all hanging in the bathroom.
All right. Good place.
And so, again, 2 people were standing up having a conversation. 3 people were sitting down on the chairs having a conversation. And then, like, 3 or 4 people were just, like, on the ground having a
Okay.
conversation, like, on the floor.
Okay.
Because there was nowhere else to sit.
Okay.
And so, in my mind, and my friend who was tripping, he understood me. But in my mind, I was like, guys, there's 3 different levels of conversation right now. And they go, what the fuck, Shim? And I go, guys, like you're standing up and like your conversation's up here, and like you're in like the middle conversation of the room, and like you guys on the floor like bottom conversation.
I can kind of picture that,
Oh,
though.
yeah.
I can picture it.
I can see how that would make sense.
And my
Yeah.
friend who was tripping was like, Shim, I get it, but like shut up, because like everyone was like, dude, what are you talking about? Because they're all drunk, like they don't know what's going on. And I'm like, guys, it makes so much sense. And like I had to just express everything I was thinking.
Were you just picturing like sound waves
Yeah,
traveling?
sound waves
at, like
traveling at
levels?
different levels, because one
Yeah,
was standing
yeah,
up,
I get
one
that.
was sitting down, and everyone else was on the floor. And I was like, these sound waves are literally just like moving at 3 different levels of the room.
No, that makes sense.
But like when you're on acid or when you're tripping, you can't really explain it very well. And so I was like, guys, it's like 3 different levels.
yeah.
They're all just like, what the?
Yeah, but I get that. Just not when I'm drunk.
One time, one of the first times that I smoked weed, like I had done it before, but like,
You've done drugs?
dude, no way. Yeah, I mean, we don't talk about like drugs a whole lot because we don't really do many drugs. But one of the first times when I like smoked weed, we were in my living room, and one of my friends, like I was standing at the entrance to the living room looking in,
have a video
and
of
all
this.
of our friends were just kind of sitting on the couch. And I locked eyes with one of my friends on the right side of the couch, and I think I was smoked a little too much, and I just wasn't used to it. So I was like really like tripping kind of, but anyways, I see him on the right side of the couch, and then all of a sudden he's on the left side. But it's not that he moved, it's that the whole room was mirrored. And like I vividly saw it mirrored, and as I walked in, I was going to the left, but I felt like I was going to the right. And I looked at him and I'm like, dude, the room is mirrored right now. And I don't know what I said in the video.
I remember
but
I had the video.
I said like everything is flipped.
it was like you were talking to the back of his head or something.
Yeah, and it was so crazy. And like obviously a lot of the shit like that you say when you're intoxicated or high, like it is stupid things, but when you're experiencing it in the moment, it feels so real.
It feels just like you need to express it to someone, and they need to understand it, or else like you're gonna go crazy.
Yeah, because you can't just keep that. I couldn't just hold in the fact that my room was mirrored. It would freak me out. You know.
Well, if we're going down this road, might as well start sharing other stories.
Oh, wait, are we going to?
I don't know. Kind kind of just started.
I mean, I'm down to share some, but
That's okay. I mean,
if people don't want to share some stories, we don't have to share some
Yeah, just
stories.
share what
to
you're
be honest,
comfortable
I
with.
greened out at the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, you're gonna tell that?
I'll just throw it out there.
Okay.
I greened out at the Cheesecake Factory.
So for our non-smoke weeders, non-weed smokers,
Oh my god, this is a disaster.
I'm not even drinking alcohol right now. I'm the sober one. But greening out is when
You like smoke too much weed
I
or
like-
eat too much weed. I don't know. When you have too much THC and like you get nauseous and like throw up.
it's like blacking out, but from weed.
Right.
So take us through the whole story.
So our friends were going back to school.
I wasn't there.
John
One last
wasn't there.
supper, you know.
It was me, Jordan, and two of our other friends, and we were gonna go to the Cheesecake Factory to have one last dinner.
Bad place to go for a last dinner.
No, it's a pretty solid place.
Cheesecake Factory sucks.
So fire. What are
Whoa.
you talking
Dude,
about?
the menu is like 50 pages long, which means everything on there is very below average food.
I mean, yeah, but I'll be honest, I haven't been there since this happened. I'm afraid to go back there. I don't want them to like maybe remember me. Anyways, so we're like, oh, let's just like smoke a little bit of weed and get high, and
And
then
the
like,
food will taste better.
It's like nothing's going wrong here. We're just having a good time, whatever. And then Jordan pulls out a dab box, which I thought was the same as a dab pen.
Shim, throughout these stories, can you break down the terminology for the
so,
people?
like, this dab box is
Stronger.
more like it's way stronger. You can actually load how much weed or oil you want in it. A pen is kind of just like you hit a button. This one, like you load it and then you warm up the coil and it, like you suck up a big cloud. You know,
Yeah. So
it's a lot more heavy hitting.
it's heavier than just a dab pen, which I thought it was the same. I heard dab blank, so I was like, oh, I'll just...
Did you warn him beforehand?
No,
'cause I thought
I
he
got
knew.
no warning.
Come
I
on,
thought-
come
oh,
on,
'cause-
Shim.
He went he took it after me and I was like, oh, he did fine. So I was like, here, Kyle.
Yeah. Well, he was in the back seat. I didn't see him. I normally, if I were to take a hit of a dab pen, I could do like a 8 to 10 second hit and be okay. Like that's like what I would be fine with. So I did that with the dab box. Immediately as I exhaled, I couldn't talk.
Right away, you knew.
I exhaled, I started coughing, and then I couldn't talk. Like
And
I
we-
couldn't get words out of
And
my
we were
mouth.
in my car, and so I looked over at him, and like he immediately kind of turned a little more pale, and the cloud he blew out. I was in my mind. I don't want to say anything to freak him out, but in my mind, I was like, "Holy shit, that was huge!"
Shim knew, like, this is bad.
Yeah, I knew it was bad too, but I didn't want to freak myself out. So like I got out, and I remember people were talking to me, and I wanted to respond, but I just couldn't. And we're walking around. I remember like, I don't remember a lot of it, but I remember kind of walking around the mall.
Yeah,
And like they gave me the buzzer to like like
While
where
our
it
table
buzzes.
was waiting,
For
yeah.
some reason they gave it to me, and I just remember holding this buzzer and like thinking like this is mine, and I'm gonna take such good care of it. Like when it buzzes, I'm gonna tell them, and it's gonna be perfect. It's like that was when I was kind of in like a decent state of mind. And I just remember walking around and like, dude, I was seeing like shapes and shit. Like I was analyzing all the like patterns on the floor. And
So
like,
at this point, were you getting paranoid that, like, oh no, I'm way too high?
yeah, dude, I thought I was on a different planet. Like I was like not there. I was not okay, and I knew I wasn't okay, but I still didn't want to like tell myself. I also couldn't express to them. I couldn't find the words I couldn't talk.
So you were trying to just power through and convince yourself you were fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So then what?
Somehow we got to it buzzed, and I guess I came through with the buzzer. We went to the restaurant. Somehow I ordered. I think I just said I'll have the same as him. I don't remember.
that's exactly what you said.
Because I remember I was trying to text somebody, and I was trying to text like haha like okay or something. Dude, it took me like for the entire time from when we got to the table to like after we had ordered like 10 minutes of trying to type haha okay.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, it just started. I just started throwing up
At the table.
At the table.
But I was wearing these pants, like these gray pants. I threw up between my legs, just like on the ground. I threw up. My phone was on the table. I threw up on this phone.
He threw up a little bit on the table, which got on the plate and his phone. And then
Wait, did it get in his food?
No, my food wasn't there
it
yet.
wasn't there yet.
It was like a bread plate.
Okay.
Yeah, he started up here, like looking at the plate, and then he like tried to go between his legs, and so it kind of all just dragged on his phone and plate.
It was on
Shim,
my
how
shirt.
much puke are we talking? Was it like a
Good
lot?
Like I probably threw up like 3 or 4 times, like between my legs.
So Shim, would you say the rest of the people you were with, was everyone else like relative? Like everyone else was chilling? They were fine?
Everyone was fine. We were just like,
I mean, only 2 of the other people. It was Jordan and somebody else was high, but the other person wasn't.
Okay.
And
so then what?
But the thing is, no, when he was puking at the table, no other tables looked at us. Like,
oh, really?
it was just completely. They were all oblivious to what was going on.
So you guys just figured like, no one is noticing, so let's just keep eating, or let's just keep staying here.
Well, yes.
That's
Kyle,
the fucked up part is I was throwing up everywhere, and no one did anything about it.
No, yeah. Why didn't you guys help him out?
Well, one of them did.
Well, one of our friends was like, all right, because Kyle went to the bathroom. He's like, I need to go to the bathroom.
I threw up like 3 more times in the bathroom.
Did you throw up on the way to the
No,
bathroom?
I don't,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
good.
so.
And so
I don't think so.
Kyle was in the bathroom for a little bit, and so one of our friends is like, I'm gonna go check on him. And so our food gets there, and we're still eating like nothing happened.
He helped in no way, too. He came over and he just said, "Dude, hurry up." I was like, "Dude, like I'm." And if you guys know who this friend is, he's just like the worst person for helping people. Like he just does not help.
By him saying I'm gonna go check on him, it's more of like I'm gonna walk in there, look at him, and then walk
I'm gonna
back.
make sure he's
That's
not
exactly
dead.
what he did. He stood outside the door and just like, "Dude, come on," and then like left.
So was this a bathroom where like a big bathroom where other people could come in?
I think there were other people.
Because I'm
in
just
there.
picturing Kyle in the corner stall, just like, well,
yeah,
and
dude,
then,
and
like random people walk in to take a piss and they just hear you puking.
I walked in and like I was wearing a tan shirt, so like you could see like a dark stain. Like I threw up on my shirt and on my these gray pants. Like I didn't look good when I was walking over there. It's like I had just shit on me and I threw up more in the toilet. And then I think I just told him I was like, I'm just gonna go to my car. I don't remember walking to my car. I had my keys, I guess. So I got in my car. I don't remember getting into my car.
You fully reclined the driver's seat.
I don't remember doing that. I just the next thing I remember is I woke up in my car with my seat fully reclined, and our friends were like knocking on my window, and they opened. They had my food to go.
So your friends let you go. Did you walk by yourself? Yeah. Why did you trust him? You thought he could get back to his car?
I don't remember doing
Somehow
it.
he did.
I made it there.
Okay, so you guys ate the rest of your dinner.
I probably looked like
I'm pretty
a
sure.
zombie.
I'm pretty sure this is how it went. Kyle gets back from throwing up from the bathroom, and we're all eating, and he's like, "I'm gonna go to my car," and we're like, "Are you good? Are you sure?" And he was like, "Yeah," and we're like, "You better not be driving home." And Kyle was like, "No, I promise I'm not driving home. I just need to go lay down." And that's how it went, and none of us followed him.
Remember none of that.
Okay, so
Good friends.
then overall, Shim, how was your meal at the cheese? Was
So good.
10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
Wow,
I
you
had
missed
the
out, Kyle.
I had the leftovers the next day and they sucked. It was like leftover fettuccine and just was bad. I remember specifically being like, "This sucks." I paid like $20 for this.
I think it was probably part of the memory though.
Yeah, it was a good. Looking back, it's funny now.
Oh no, I was saying the reason it probably tasted bad is probably partly because you had that memory of
That's
puking.
true.
I don't know.
But yeah, and then they drove me home.
No, but didn't
Oh, someone asked like, "Are you good to drive?" And I said, "Yeah." I don't remember
And then our
that.
other friend goes, guys, no, he's not.
No, he's not. So then they drove me, and I just remember sleeping more in my car.
Did you sleep the whole night in your car?
No, I slept like part of the night in my car, and then I woke up and I was like, I should probably go inside. And I went inside, and then the next day I woke up and I was still high. Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
But
Well.
here I am. I'm standing today. That proves that you could have that much weed and be okay.
Well,
Survive. You're not gonna die.
You can survive. It's not good.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
hospital needed.
Yeah, guys, let's use this episode as a, stories of what not to do. So maybe, some younger people could take some advice. you
Yeah.
know? So,
Okay. We told the story of John.
yeah, that was one story.
I like how
Another
this all
s-
started when you guys were talking about being drunk and like needing to express something.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah. So, I have one, and then do you want to?
Yeah.
You probably have
Yeah,
quite a
Endless
bit.
supply
Sure.
of stories.
All right. So one time, this was on the 4th of July. No, not the 4th of July.
It was in the summer. But it
Okay,
wasn't.
some night over the summer. there was me, Shim, and Kyle, and Shim had some candies, some edible candies, and they were little like white balls of. They were just like
little
hard,
like lifesaver kind of things.
Lifesaver kind of things, and so we walked down to like this little area to chill, and before we went down there, Shim had given one to everybody to have. So then we walked down there, we each had one. But the thing is that at some point I like dropped it, or I thought I couldn't find it. I didn't tell them this until recently, but I like thought I lost the one he had given me. So I said, hey, can I have one? As if I like didn't get one originally, because I just thought I lost it and I didn't want to tell him I lost it. So he gave me one. So then I was like, I had one, Shim had one, and Kyle had one. So then we went down there and then we had them. And like, for those of you who aren't into weed or whatever, the edibles, I learned the hard way, but
they take a while.
They take like an hour to 2 hours.
Even 2, yeah.
To kick in or get any effects whatsoever. So we took one, we were just hanging and chilling and talking and stuff, and it was fine. And then everybody took another one maybe? Or I don't know. Anyways, we each take another one. And then at some point, Shim, who definitely has like a higher tolerance, I believe you took a third one.
I took a third or a fourth.
Okay, so I know. I think how it worked was Shim took a third one, and then I was like, all right, I'll take a third one, because I've said this before, it's not a good trait, but I'm very like all or nothing. So I either like don't drink or I drink quite a bit. And so I was like, all right, I'll do a third one with Shim. Then at that point, everybody's starting to get like sort of high. And then eventually it got to a point where like everybody was talking, and I found the fourth one. I found it when it was like hidden like under like wrappers and shit in my pocket. And I'm like, oh my God, it's been here the whole time. So then as they're kind of talking, I just kind of eat a fourth one.
Oh man.
And
that's a lot.
Yeah. So like I didn't realize, but that was definitely like way too much. Like
if you don't smoke often or like take THC often, that's a lot.
Yeah. And so we were chilling, and then I remember one thing that you realize when you're like drunk or high is there's things that you think are hilarious and they're really funny in the moment, but then when you sober up, it's like, why was that even funny? And I remember at one point I told Kyle that I thought he had pigtails.
Oh my God.
And I was when I was looking at Kyle, when he was turning his head, and every time he turned his head, it looked like he had pigtails that were like flying around.
Wow, I forgot about that. We were laughing forever about it.
Yeah, and so
stupid.
And then like after that, it was all things related to hair. I don't even think I said this one, but like Shim was closer to me, and I was looking at Shim's hair, and it looked like I thought that his hair was braided. Like cornrows, kind of, but it wasn't.
Asian guy with braids.
Yeah. So, anyways, it was like a funny time, and it was chilling, and everything was fine. But then, as we were walking back, that's when I realized I was getting like really paranoid, and like the reason that I got scared is I could feel my heartbeat, like every single beat I felt, and so I was like, all right, this is kind of weird. And then we sat down to watch a movie. We were just gonna chill, watch a movie, and then go to bed. And as we were watching the movie, I remember I kept asking you guys, like, is it really hot in here? Because I started sweating, but I don't think you guys were hot. It was just me. And every heartbeat, it got louder and louder and louder. Like, I could literally hear every heartbeat very loud, like, doo, 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 doo. And so I got really freaked out. So I went outside to cool down because it was kind of cold. And I tried to come back inside at one point, but as soon as I walked in, I was like, nope, too hot.
You sat down, you're like, nope.
Yeah, so I walked back outside, and I literally fell asleep laying on the pavement in the worst position ever, because I was so hot that I thought I was on the verge of puking. So I was like laying on pavement next to grass, and then the next morning, or like halfway through the night, I remember this. I wake up halfway through the night. And the door to the house is open. You guys didn't close the door?
No. Oh, yeah. Somebody wanted to check on you and then didn't close the door.
The door was open, and I walk in, and Shim is asleep on the floor right at the entrance of the door. Like, the second I walk in, Shim's limp body is just laying there. on the floor.
So I'm sure you just imagine like he went to check on you and then just came back inside, just didn't make it to the couch.
Yeah.
This is good enough for me.
I went to check on you, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna come in soon." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And I went to go lay down on the couch, and I was like, "Wow, John was right. It is hot in here." And so I was like, but it was like too cold outside on the pavement to lay down. So I was like, I'm gonna lay down on the carpet inside with the door, with my head like outside the door.
Yeah. So I literally, it's like probably 3:00 in the morning, and I walk in, and the door's open. I'm like, that's weird. And then I just walk and I step over Shim's body and go to bed. And then the next morning I was still high. And yeah, that's not that eventful.
We've all been there.
And my shoulder hurt for like 4 days after that from sleeping in that position. But yeah, not very eventful story. Shim, do you have an eventful story that you're willing to share?
Well, we shared a lot of his stories.
Shim, what's your most wholesome memory of like involving being intoxicated or drugs? Do you have anything that was just like the best memory ever?
Best drug
the best
memory.
time? Because our stories are like bad, but maybe you have one that's like, wow, that was great.
I mean, I liked that night. I had a good time that
It
night.
was the very first time I got high. It was in Chelan, which is like in Eastern Washington, if you don't
It's
know.
a place that
It's
like
just a
people
lake.
go vacation.
Yeah, it's called Lake Chelan. And our friend has a house over there. So we went over there one summer, and this was back when I hadn't drank or smoked for the first time.
You
And so-
smoked before you ever drank alcohol?
Yeah, which is weird, right?
Wow.
I just remember. No, I'll tell you after.
But it's like 11:30, almost midnight, and we go down to the dock. Just a big group of us, and we smoke out of this thing called a gravity bong, which is like we got an empty plastic Gatorade bottle, which is terrible to smoke out of.
High
Like,
school.
and then there's like foil where there's supposed to be a lid, and you poke holes in the foil, and then you just like you
This
smoke
is
the
some
weed like
real
that.
stoner shit.
I've never done
It's
this. I have
it's
no
it's really makeshift, and it's like almost kind of crackhead level where like you're feeding into smoke that bad.
Did you feel like, wow,
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm doing
No,
this?
when they were setting it up, I was like, what the fuck am I getting myself into? But so our friend's sister, who's like way older than us, she
What was that?
That was a fun.
No, it was weird.
so our friend's sister, who's like way older than us, she lights it for me, and all the smoke comes in. She's like, all right, when I lift this lid, just suck. And I was like, do I need like how do I hold it in? She's like, just do it. And I was like, yes, okay. And so she lifts it up, and I just take a huge inhale, and I only get like half the smoke in the bottle because like this is my first time, and so the smallest amount of smoke is like just like burning my lungs, and I'm like, I'm coughing for like 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Dude, not 30 minutes. It was like at least 10. It was
Okay.
at least 10 minutes,
Okay.
and it was
Still.
like they were like loud coughs, and everyone on the dock was like, "Shut the fuck up, Shim," because like it was like midnight, and if anyone in the neighborhood came down to the dock and saw like a big group of teenagers smoking weed, they would do something
And
about it.
Shim's just over here like,
Literally. And so, and then there comes a point like after like 15 minutes of coughing, I finally settle down, and dude, I was like, our really tall friend, like one of our really tall friends is like sitting behind me, and I'm kind of like in his lap. Imagine like a man being like almost kind of like sitting up, but like his legs are like wide.
yeah, so
Like,
you're like,
you're between his legs.
he's like crisscross applesauce, and you're
as
like,
if like I'm his girlfriend, like sitting in
Yeah,
his
yeah.
lap, and I'm like I lean back into his arms, and I'm like looking at the sky, and all the stars are moving. It's literally like I can see the globes just spinning, and the stars are just moving, and I'm like, guys, I think I feel it, because I the whole time I was like, how do I know if I'm high? What does it feel like? Will I see something? And they're like, you'll just know. And I was like, for like the first 10 minutes while I was coughing, I was like, it just hurts. I'm not high.
Yeah.
And then after I was done coughing, I look up at the sky, everything's spinning. I look into the water of Lake Chelan, and I'm like, oh my god. It just looks like the ocean, dude. And I'm like, holy shit. And so
that's probably a beautiful place to be like,
yeah, it's a very
on
wholesome
drugs.
memory.
yeah.
And then we go back up to his house, and he has this basement. And so we're all chilling down there, and we're watching Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh.
And I remember being so mesmerized by Cosmo, Wanda and Cosmo, dude. I was like, this is what life's all about.
That's awesome. That's a good show.
And then our friend gave me a bag of Doritos, and he's like, dude, food tastes so good high. And I had no idea, and I was like, what do you mean? Like, is it just food? And he's like, dude, just eat it. And I was like, okay. So I started, dude, it's a family-sized bag of Doritos, and I ate the whole thing.
Dude. Oh my God, bro.
And then it's like 1 a.m., and apparently we're just being too loud. And so our friend's dad comes down, and he totally knows, but he's not saying anything. And he like looks at me and goes, how's those Doritos? And I go, yeah, really good. Because I can like barely talk right now. And he's like, oh yeah, I bet. You gonna sleep good tonight? And I'm like, yeah.
That's so awesome.
Wow. I remember when you came home from that weekend, you like came over to my house
Oh,
and you like sat me down. You're like, dude, I have something to tell you. I smoked weed. And I was like, dude, what? You did? Tell me about it.
Yeah.
like you're like, how did it feel? Like, what'd you do?
Yeah. Well, that's what you said about how like when you get high, you like it's a way different feeling than being drunk. And so like when you're drunk, like as soon as you're drunk, it's very like easy to tell. And I think probably like when you smoke enough weed, I think you probably get to a point where you can tell that you're high. But like at least for me, the first couple times, like I was high, but I didn't know how to tell. I was like, because it's not as like directly obvious as alcohol is. So I was like sitting there, I'm like, I don't know, like, am I high? I don't feel any different in the moment.
And then you passed out on top of my faucet.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of, one thing that I wrote down that I've just had written down that I wanted to talk about for a while, kind of for an occasion like this when we're talking about drugs. I've heard stories of certain people have different little kind of quirks or different things that they feel when they like get high. And like I've heard one person I know, when she gets high, her feet feel wet. All the time.
I don't like that.
Her feet constantly feel wet, even though they're not.
She's got wet feet.
And I have a thing that I found.
What is it?
When I get high, I can't grip things. Like, like holding onto my phone or anything, or even like a glass of water, it's so hard to hold it. Like my hands don't want to go like this. Like they just want to like release.
Just want to relax.
Yeah.
You're just fully relaxed.
And dude, I remember I was in bed one time. Like I just want to make it clear, none of us like do a lot of like none of us smoke often or anything. So it's not like. But one time that I was high, I was in bed and I was like trying to text someone, but I had all my effort was going into just focusing on holding my phone up, and I was like, and it started slipping and it fell out of my hand because I couldn't grip it.
Damn.
So, sorry.
No,
Another thing that I wanted to talk about relating to this.
It's got a bunch of drug facts.
This is a good episode for John to just get all of his questions out and his things out.
I think this is. I don't know. Listen,
I think this is going to be an entertaining episode.
Yeah, I think this would be good. And I think there's one thing that with podcasts that's like kind of a stereotype about podcast and podcasters is like there's this whole persona of like, oh, some white college kids that get stoned and think they should start a podcast because they think they're funny or whatever. Our show is like I never want to be like that. I don't want to be the show where it's just a bunch of degenerates just talking about stupid shit that they think is funny that no one cares about.
We don't even do enough stupid shit to talk about on a daily.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess my point is I hope that we can differentiate our show and make it clear that that's like not what our show is about. Obviously, like I don't think an episode would be good if we're just sitting here and all of us were just like stoned. Like that wouldn't be entertaining. You think it's funny when you're in the moment, but for other people it would just be like, what? But
these are entertaining stories. These are very.
Yeah, no, I think these are good stories to tell. But one thing I wanted to talk about, Kyle and I, a while back, talked about all the different terms to describe being drunk.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do that for being high.
Because
now that we got the weed connoisseur over here.
Oh, like the latter, you saying? You're buzzed and then you're drunk and then you're blacked out.
Yeah, or just different.
Or like
how many different terminologies are there to describe being high? And so I wrote down a few, but I think you probably have a lot. So I wanted to come up with all the different terms that
Because like for drunk, you could be lit,
Yeah.
crunk, turnt,
Crunk.
fucked
I'm
up.
so crunk right now.
you could.
Bro, Lil Jon used to use crunk. It's still in.
All right.
Lil Jon hasn't been in for like 12 years, but it's okay.
Hey.
What? Ziplining with Little John? It's Lil Jon. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Anyways.
So I want to go through and we can just spitball out here. So, and what I want, since you're into the marijuana, I want you, if there's certain of these terms that we don't maybe know what they mean, break it down for us.
Okay.
So what is zooted? I've heard people say zooted.
I've been saying that on
That's
Xbox
just-
Live. It's so funny because
I know.
lately, like the past 2 weeks, every time I hop on Xbox Live, I join the party and go, "Wow, I'm feeling zooted."
What does zooted mean?
Zoots are like edibles, like a type of edible.
An
right?
edible, yeah, it's like a brand of edible, but also,
You
yeah,
kinda just created that,
I
didn't
guess
you?
that's where it came from. But like, I just heard people say zooted because it just sounds
really?
like
It sounds high.
It sounds like a
high.
word to describe like I am just like zooted. Like,
I feel like anything where it's like zooted or like shooted or
Zinged.
Like
zinged or zoom, anything with a Z. So okay, so
Zebra.
zooted. What about like zoinked?
yes, no, that's like
That's one too.
I've
Right?
heard that too.
I would never say that.
like, oh,
I'm
zoinked.
zoinked.
I've never used it, but I've
Zoinks,
heard
that's what
it.
Shaggy says, and Shaggy's a
I
big
think that's
stoner.
where I think zooted and zoinked, they're like similar. They like came from the same place. Someone just decided to be like, "Oh, I'm zooted instead of zoinked."
But would you say in what context would you use them? Is that because it's clearly different than just being high? So is zoinked
Oh,
and
like
zooted
when you are
you're,
just
to
like
the moon?
blasted.
Okay. Blasted is one.
Yeah, I say Kush blasted.
Oh, you're Kush blasted.
It's news to me.
Okay, so zoinked, zooted.
Stoned. But that's when I think
Yeah.
of just like you're just not moving.
Yeah,
like-
you're just like.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, so stoned is more
Can
like
barely hold your phone.
you just chilling, not talking, just laying there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right. What else?
I'm
Baked.
baked.
Baked. Yeah.
Is that-
when I think of that? I think of like funny.
Yeah, like I'm baked. Like I'm social, but I'm high.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I
And
think. That's
things
what I
are
think
funny.
of. Yeah, that's what I
You
think
see
of.
pigtails.
Okay. Yeah. So what else? There's a lot more.
In terms of like, if you want to smoke, there's things like want to roast,
Oh.
Chief.
want to chief.
Yeah. What did Chief
there's-
come from?
Chief Keef. I don't
Did
know.
it come from Chief Keef?
Well, Keef is like.
I don't know where chiefing came from.
I think it's because of Chief Keef.
Chief.
Chief Keef. I don't fucking know. I thought it was from Chief Keef.
All right. I looked up terms to describe being high.
There's also well, I don't know if this is like a very common term, but my friends and I say want to barbecue some weed.
Okay. What about ripped?
Yeah,
that it?
I've heard that.
What is that?
Ripped.
In what context?
Well, you can rip a bong, but ripped is like baked. Ripped is like
Okay. What about bombed? Is that
I've
one?
never heard that.
All right.
That sounds more drunk than.
Loaded.
That's what like cops say. Yeah, I think he's low. We got a loaded guy over here.
Yeah. Stewed.
Come on, stewed and. Yeah. No.
Oh, they say I'm
okay.
cooked.
Blazed.
Yep.
Blazed is a good one.
I feel like
So
that
Blaze
was
it. 420 blaze it.
Yeah.
That was like middle school.
I think of what's that rapper?
Just Blaze.
No. Schoolboy Q.
Oh, Schoolboy Q.
I think of
Why
Blaze.
does he say that?
I'm pretty sure he says that. Trying to get to you, baby. And I'm
Is that Schoolboy?
Yeah, that's Schoolboy.
Okay.
He says Blaze.
All right. Blitzed.
Blitzed, yeah.
That
I haven't
sounds
heard
more
that.
drunk.
I haven't heard that.
That
in
sounds like
while.
a drunk
yeah,
one, I feel like.
I think that's more drunk.
Blown out.
Mm.
That says that
Sounds
fun.
like cocaine.
Yeah.
Burned, caned,
Do you
caramelized, crossfade, crunched.
Well, crossfade. When I say I'm crossfaded, that means drunk and high.
Yeah.
Okay. Crunched, crunk, dankrupt.
Dankrupt.
Oh,
that's when
never
like
heard that
that's
before.
that's when I don't have any weed and don't have any money. I'm
Dankrupt.
dankrupt.
I like
Oh,
that.
okay.
So it's like you're in your room playing Xbox and you want to get stoned, but you're like, dude, I'm fucking dankrupt.
Yeah, I'm dankrupt.
Oh, I like that. All right. Geeked.
Geeked.
Can't
Yes.
forget about
That's
geeked.
just like stupid.
That's when you're like you're laughing at nothing.
Yeah.
You're like uncontrollably laughing for no reason.
Kids eat for free.
Faded. Faded. Flame broiled.
Flame broil.
I'm gonna start using
Are we
that
talking
one.
about
I am
steak?
flame broiled.
High as a kite. That's similar to zooted. Would you say that?
40-year-old people say that.
Okay.
He's high as a kite.
In the Flint. Never heard that one before.
Michigan. They're dehydrated.
Keyed.
Keyed, yeah.
Keyed.
I'm
What's that?
keyed.
What's
Like
that?
that's like I feel like that's more like I'm stoned. Like I'm really high, just slouched.
Okay.
I'm keyed.
What would you say? Is there a term for someone who's like way too high to where they're like greening out? Is there a word for like beyond?
No, he's
That-
he's green
There's
out.
a word, but we probably can't use it.
What?
Retarded.
We were both like, what?
Just the R word.
The R word. Lit up, lifted.
Wow, someone like took the time to make this whole list.
Chungs on the chungs. You ever heard on the
No.
chungs?
No.
That sounds offensive somehow. I feel like the word chung just doesn't sound very
I'm
good.
toasty. I'm toasted.
Oh,
I've used that before.
see, so many good words here.
Toasty.
Anything with an oven, I usually try and
Easy
like
bake
do-
oven.
All right, would you say the term fucked? Can you
No.
use that in weed or is that
No,
only
it- oh,
alcohol?
That's only alcohol. This is one thing that bugs me. It's like some of my friends who I know, when they smoke weed, they go, "Oh man, I'm so fucked up." I'm like, "No, you're not. You had zero alcohol."
So you think that that's only appropriate? With
That's
that?
like only because like if I feel like fuck has such a
It's like it's like
it's such an
aggressive-
aggressive
Oh.
it's such an aggressive word that like
weed's not aggressive.
weed's not aggressive.
No.
You cannot be just
Are there certain personalities that do get like aggressive? Because people react differently to alcohol. Are there people that when they smoke weed that get like?
I've never met anyone who's aggressive and smokes weed.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. I wanted to talk about it.
Okay.
This is
Yeah.
not where I thought this direction of this
I-
episode was
yeah,
going to
no,
go.
I
same.
didn't either. I had no plan, and here we are.
Yeah.
But you asked me how I was like 20 minutes ago and what's new.
Yeah. What's been going on?
I'm one of the top salespeople.
Yes.
my work.
Let's give him a
Thank
round of
you.
applause.
Wow.
Shim was the #1 salesman in the region,
I was top 3 in the region, Northwest region.
so you could potentially be an assistant
Top
to
3,
the
top
regional
3. Dude,
manager.
I'm only behind Jordan and Kobe.
Wait, Northwest region, is that like Northwest as in like Pacific Northwest
Yes,
or like
as in
Northwest?
Pacific
Wait.
Northwest.
Oh shit.
All the states in the
As in
Pacific
all-
Northwest.
yes.
How the fuck did you sell that many?
Damn, bro. Let's go.
Yeah,
baby.
that's what I'm saying. And then I
Yo, Shim is the customer service god.
I was the
Yes.
fastest cashier at Costco.
Yeah.
And now I'm
Guys.
selling memberships and training.
All right. Well, anyways, guys, before we hop into the segments, we remembered one final legendary story of, Shim's story. And so we thought that before we hop into the segments here, we'd have Shim
Yeah.
tell this.
I realized I never shared this story before, and so I wanted to fit it in.
Would you say you're proud of how legendary this story is, or are you ashamed of it?
No, I'm proud. I was never I have never been ashamed of this story.
Okay.
Even when I told my roommate freshman year, like the next morning, I was pretty proud of it.
All right.
Persevere.
So what happened?
So this is freshman year of college, and we're living in the dorms, but we got an Uber to like some deep house party, like way far out of campus, far off campus. And so we go there, and we know the upperclassmen because they went to the same high school as us, and so we got in, and we're having a really good time. And then towards the end of the night, it's probably like 1:30 a.m. I can't find my roommate who I Ubered there with, and so I'm like, oh, it's all right. And back then, I had a lot of phone problems.
I
You
remember.
had phone problems for so long.
like everyone who knows or who has been close to me knows, like I either every time I get a new phone, I'll like crack the screen, I'll get water damage has been my worst enemy in life.
This kid ran into the ocean with the phone in his pocket.
Shim has had a continually cracked phone.
Continually.
Oh,
There you go.
Yes.
That's one.
Yes.
No, that was good.
I looked for so long to find a continually clip.
But you did say I've said it 10 times.
You
So
have. You
that
have.
was one.
Maybe they haven't been clipped.
No, but I know. But you still be able to find them
Yeah.
if they.
All right, one.
There we go. Shim has had a continually cracked phone for. No, that's not a fucking
Shut
second
up.
time.
I'm kidding.
yeah, it's even
Continually
cracked right now.
phone for like 3 years in a row. I feel like I remember
Yeah.
every time I would see him, his phone was
And
cracked.
I just stopped fixing it and spending more money on fixing it because it always happens again. So this freshman year, my iPhone, the GPS didn't work. It couldn't find it couldn't spot my location. So like if I was in, say, Seattle and I needed to get to where we live in Issaquah, then I would need to like look at the map and like do it like an old person in 1920.
Oh, how'd you survive? 1920.
I don't know.
I mean,
Anyways,
people used maps in 1920.
On Google Maps.
no, I meant like just
He's
looking
like
at
a
a
map.
map
I know.
and seeing them. Anyways, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm probably at least 6 miles away from campus, and I'm just looking at these roads. I walk out of the house and I find the first corner with the signs, and I'm like, okay, I'm on this street and this street.
Are you really drunk at this point?
Oh, I am hammered. I'm thinking like 2 shots away from blacking out.
Okay.
So I'm like really stumbling on these sidewalks. And so I find the corner street that I'm on, and I look at Google Maps and I zoom in. I'm like, okay, I'm right here. And then I zoom back out and I'm like, I need to get to there. And so I'm kind of like looking like paving out my way on the phone. I'm like, okay, I can do this. So at 2.5, 3 miles in the walk.
So long.
Yeah,
Dude,
no, I'm
6 miles
dude,
drunk is
I'm
like
walking,
so
kind of
Dude.
sobering up at this point. Like 3 miles in, I'm like halfway there. I'm finally recognizing buildings and gas stations around me, and finally I'm like, okay, I gotta pee really bad. And so I start peeing, and then I start walking. I take a pee and I start walking again, and then in my stomach just this sharp pain, and I'm like, oh, I gotta shit. And so I'm like, but like it's probably like a 25-minute walk. I can make it. And so I start walking again, and every step, dude, it's just more sharp pain in my stomach. And I'm like, dude, I gotta shit. And I'm not thinking about going to a gas station or anything. My drunk ass is like, let me find like the nearest bushes and just take a squat.
You could have gone into any
man.
establishment that was open.
Well, I mean, at this point, it's like 2:30 a.m. And so
Still could have gone to a gas
and
station.
so I'm probably still like 2 miles away from campus, but I just looked to my left and I'm like, an empty parking lot. And so I run over there and I find these bushes. I'm like, this is perfect. And I'm not really thinking about wiping at this point. I just want to shit. I just want to get this out of my stomach.
Wait, wasn't it like a dentist parking lot? Or like-
And so when I'm taking a shit, I'm like, oh, where am I at right now? I look up and it says something dentistry. And I'm like, oh, shit. And it's not even in the bush. It's literally like in a parking spot.
Just in the middle. Wait, were you like hidden from the public? Like, or so could people see you if they were driving by?
Probably just thought he was homeless.
They could see me squatting, but I was like behind bushes in the parking lot. And so they could just see a man kind of just taking a squat in the parking lot.
Okay.
And so I take my shit, and then immediately I'm like, wow, that, like, no regrets. That needed to happen.
Was it like a wet, gross
No.
one, or was it like
Wait.
pretty? Like, did it get poop on your surrounding area of your butt? Like, was it explosive
Oh,
liquids?
no.
Okay.
No.
just a
It
regular.
was just regular poop.
Okay, that's good.
Could have been way worse.
But obviously, I'm in the middle of a parking lot and I have no toilet paper. And so my drunk ass is like, maybe a leaf? But I'm like, no. And I'm like, maybe my boxers. And I'm like, but then I'm just going to be going commando with jeans. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And so I just pull up my pants, buckle my belt, and I start walking back to campus.
Dude.
I would have ditched those boxes.
How gross did it feel walking with your poopy butt?
Disgusting, dude. It felt so disgusting. I won't get into detail.
But
it was really
you probably
disgusting.
felt better than you did when you had to poop.
Yep. And I was walking faster. I actually got a light jog.
A little pep in his
I
step.
got a pep in my step. I was like, okay, I can make it back.
Did your butt get itchy?
Oh, so itchy, dude. But like, I was jogging because I was like, I need a fucking shower.
Oh, man.
And so I get back at like 3:30 a.m. And
When you took your pants off, how was it, like, smeared everywhere?
yeah,
Oh, that's gross.
a little. And so take a shower, go to bed. My roommate comes in the next morning, and I tell him the whole story. And he starts cracking up, but I still don't feel ashamed of it. Like, that was Perseverance to the max.
Yeah.
That's a great like bucket list thing.
Yeah.
Something like in a dentist.
I'm
parking
just
lot.
thinking, imagine the people who got there the next day.
They just pull into a spot and they're like, "What the?"
Like, why does it smell like poop? Like, oh,
Step in
Come on, man. Yeah,
Oh, man.
someone had to clean that up, or they just waited for it to rain.
It's Bellingham. It probably rained.
You probably ran.
Just
yeah.
rushed down.
Yeah.
Storm drain.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
that's another memory of being intoxicated.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed our degenerate stories of being stupid. So don't do what we did in those stories, and be smart. And if you're going to drink alcohol or do drugs, be smart about it and be with people, probably.
Good people.
Good.
Yeah,
people.
be with don't be with like the crackhead Joe on the side of the road. But anyways, we're gonna hop into our segments here because tonight we're going out for Kyle's birthday.
Yay.
Yay. All right, guys. If you're new here, the way we do it is on Mondays we have one segment, and on Thursdays we have a different set of segments. So today we have an A and F of the week and movie time. So my A this week is Clorox, because their hand wipes
And Purell.
and Purell have been sold out everywhere because of the coronavirus, and so they probably just made so much bank, so much money.
Yeah. All right.
And I feel like normally you would want to invest in the stocks, but like right now the stock
Clorox
market,
stock.
Yeah, the stock market's going down right now. So like,
Yeah,
I know nothing about
I
stocks.
know a guy that works in like
Clorox.
like he sells loans for like real estate, and he said that whenever horrible things happen in the world, it's good for him and his job because the interest rates go down.
Oh.
And so like he was hyped because he's getting all these extra like loans
dying.
secured. Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's like our friend's dad. He's a lawyer, and he's quote unquote an ambulance chaser. He waits for bad things to happen to people so that he can get money and be their lawyer.
yeah. It's like Nightcrawler.
Yeah, but
Okay. Anyways, that was my A. Kyle, who's your A this week?
Girl Scouts.
Yes, I agree.
They're making bank. They're out in front of every grocery store. They're selling out boxes.
Do-si-dos.
There you go.
Oh, there you
Jordan's
go.
got them right here. Jordan's
Shameless
a customer.
plug.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, don't they always make bank?
Yeah, but like this time of year is just like Girl
Oh.
Scout City.
It's like one of the best
It's like
times of
once March comes around, it's just Girl Scouts.
You know they
yeah.
changed Samoas. They're not called Samoas.
What
I
are
don't
they?
even think they have.
I bought Samoas
They
today.
but they're not called Samoas.
Maybe it's because they don't want
Wait,
to.
are they? Does it say Samoa? Oh, I know in some states they're not called Samoas anymore.
Why?
I don't know. I think it was like offensive to somebody.
To Samoans.
To Samoans, probably.
Yeah. All right, Shim. Do you have an A or nah?
No, but I have an F.
All right. Who's your F this week, Shim?
My manager actually just texted me the F and made me think of it.
Okay.
Daylight
Daylight
savings
savings.
time.
Fuck that.
We lose an hour.
Yeah, that sucks.
No, but this is good because it's lighter.
Oh,
in
but
the
yeah, we get more
morning.
lights. I don't give a shit.
I work at night, so it's not gonna affect me. I'll wake up at a normal time, anyways.
Like now,
But wouldn't you rather?
I lose an hour.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. You lose
Yes.
an hour, but wouldn't you rather it be brighter earlier in the morning?
It's gonna bug you for like one day.
Yeah.
And then you'll be fine. It's just one Monday that's gonna kind of suck.
I will say, I think the whole concept of daylight saving is just stupid.
Like changing your
it's-
clock.
It's
Yeah,
pointless.
let's
There's
just
no-
leave the clocks how they always are.
Yeah, leave the clocks alone.
Yeah.
Leave it out of it.
All right, my F this week. This is a really big F. This is like 0 out of 100. This is
Okay.
the worst F you could possibly get.
Whoa.
Actually, R. Kelly's probably like a 0.
He's down there.
This is like a 1.5. So there's
What
this.
the fuck are you doing, dude?
You just puked.
I just look over and Jordan has like water pouring down his face.
Yeah, you good?
I missed my mouth.
Yeah, don't cough at me.
Yeah,
You're
you
gonna give me
coronavirus
corona. God.
Asian jokes. I get it. The water got up my nose.
Can you be quiet so I can talk? My F this week is a
Sorry.
It's like you on the dock.
my F this week is a guy named Carl who is a live streamer on Twitch.
Oh, Carl.
And what happened was he was doing a drunk stream, which good things never come from drunk streams. But,
Yeah, don't drink on air.
well, this isn't live, so it's different. And it's not on Twitch, which has very strict rules and policies. But anyways, he was doing a drunk stream, which that in and of itself is fine. But he was drunk, and then he decided to show people his gun. and he pulled out his pistol and was just showing it off on stream, and it had like an accidental discharge. So he was showing it, and it just shot.
Oh my!
And
God.
it went through a big metal water bottle, through both sides, and through his monitor. And he was like stunned. He was like really drunk, so he was like freaking out, and he paused. He's like, "What the fuck?" And his stream was still live with like thousands of people who all witnessed it.
Carl.
So yeah, basically he got banned from Twitch, which was his livelihood. He's like a famous streamer, so all his income's gone, and he had all these subscribers. And on Twitch, when you're a subscriber, you pay $5, $10, or like $15 or something per month. So all his income is gone. He's banned from Twitch. He got kicked from his professional gaming organization. I feel bad for him because he is a cool, like, I've known about him forever. I followed him for a long time, and it was just, he made an apology video. It was a really stupid mistake that he did, but he's kind of fucked, but because that was his livelihood. And yeah, man. Also, he could have just killed somebody. It could have ricocheted off someone or off something and hit him. It could have went through the wall because there was a room next to him. Could have killed people in many different ways. So,
Carl,
man.
Well, speaking of death, my F is just the coronavirus and everyone dying. There's an old people home where like it's just ravaging through this old people home.
Wait, really?
Yeah. In a cruise ship. Too.
I get all the hype and worry.
Yeah. I don't think it's hype. It's like,
let's go, coronavirus. But the flu.
Hey, you're a lone guy.
The flu, like everyone dying from the coronavirus is like over 60.
I know.
Or like under 8 years old.
Yeah. Bunch of pussies.
But it's still
the flu is so much deadlier.
No, I think percentage wise, I don't think it is. But yes, you're right. A lot of people do die from the flu.
Yeah, I do think people are overreacting. It's like suddenly now we're gonna act all like we were talking about it at work. Like we have all these, like everyone's using tissues to open doors, and like now we're doing this.
Yeah.
Like that would have prevented this from starting if we had just done that anyway.
Or just like washing your hands and then opening the door.
It wouldn't have prevented it. Someone still started it.
Someone still ate a bat.
Yeah, but not as many people would have gotten it if it hadn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the reason things spread is because we touch things and whatever. Like that's how you catch things.
Yeah, they're trying to stop it from spreading now.
I know, but it's just like now we're doing this. Like why don't we just do this all the time? You know?
No one's gonna use napkins to open doors all the time.
I'm not saying we should. You know, God, just Mr. Controversial over here.
What controversial?
I don't know.
You're drunk.
No.
Okay. I wasn't arguing with you. I was just trying to understand.
Well, it's just, like,
I don't get the point. I don't get the argument.
It's like, why are we starting all this now? We could
Because
just.
they don't want it to become an epidemic that kills
Yeah, but we
millions of
could
people.
just. I know we should be doing it, but like.
Okay,
you should be just living clean.
Yeah, just
normally.
don't be disgusting, anyways. Like, don't be like licking your hands.
Because I know most people who are washing their hands right now after they shit probably don't wash their hands after they shit. They just go touch the weights in the gym.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like most people wash their hands after they
I feel
shit.
like you and we wash
You
our
think
hands.
You think there's a large community of people
Yes,
that don't
I've
wash their hands
seen
after they
so
shit?
many. When you work at the gym, you see so many people who don't wash their hands.
Karina said in Spain, people just like don't wash their hands. Like
People just don't wash their hands,
it's
dude.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Like taking a piss in your own home. I get it.
But a shit, even in my own home,
Yeah, I'm gonna wash my hands.
I'm gonna wash my hands.
Yeah.
With warm water and soap.
It just feels good to wash your hands.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Especially after gaming on Xbox and all sweaty.
My hands don't sweat when I play
don't do that.
Xbox.
Mine do. Ice everywhere sweats.
It's
Armpits.
so. Think about how gross our controllers are. Because
Oh,
I've
you're
never
right.
like
Yeah.
wiped down
You're
my
right.
controller.
Never wiped
you're
my
right.
But I'm the only one touching that thing, so it's like it's my slob.
Yeah, or my keyboard and mouse on my computer. I've
I've cleaned
used
that.
it for so many
I just did
hours.
Clorox wipe.
Yeah.
Clorox.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's about it for this week.
Movie.
Movie time. We all went and saw The Invisible Man together as a group.
Yes.
Great movie.
Really good movie.
Excellent.
Overall, I loved it in every way.
Like the trailers made it seem shitty, and I didn't want to see it, but John made me see it, and I'm really happy I saw it because it was a good movie.
Yeah.
Same here. I really didn't want to do anything, but I was kind of forced into it, and I enjoyed myself. I'll be honest.
Yeah. This was actually one of the biggest like flops of a movie trailer that I ever remember. Like people hated the trailer, and people made videos about whoever made that trailer should literally be fired because it's so bad. And it is like it has so many dislikes on YouTube. but the movie is so good.
So
It's
good.
really, really good.
And I highly recommend it. 10 out of 10.
It's one of those movies like everything makes sense.
Yeah, there
You
was.
know?
I didn't have any questions really at the end.
Like every scene connected and made sense.
Yeah, and there was never a part where I was like, that doesn't make.
Yeah.
I was like, never like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
There were no like boring parts. There was always kind of something like you're always kind of a little bit on edge.
Yeah, I was tense the whole movie.
Yeah, there were some jump scares that got like every single one of us had like a different jump scare. That
There was a time where the movie it just cut to the scene with bacon and eggs frying on the pan. It wasn't even a jump scare, but it was just so loud that I jumped from the bacon. But yeah, really intense. I recommend watching it with friends. I think I enjoyed it more because I was with like in a group setting. I don't know. I just thought it was really fun. So be sure to check it out. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for listening. We have a Patreon at patreon.com/PimsPodcast where you can pledge $5, $10, or $15 and you get extra content. So if you want to see more of our beautiful faces, be sure to check it out. Link down below. You can follow the show at Pims Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You can follow me at Hey Narwhal on Instagram and Twitter. Kyle, where can they follow you?
at Kyle Stafford 36 on Instagram. You can follow me.
Yep. Shim, where can they follow you?
Shim Fit on Instagram. You
Yeah.
can follow me.
Yep. If you guys want to get swole, go check out his page. Anyways, thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to follow us on Spotify, leave a review on the Apple Podcast app, and we will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Yeah. 안녕하세요.